there, everybody. How are you guys? Welcome to this week's Peaceful Eating Live event. This week we are talking about 5 tips to. Oh, sorry, I just popped on. Distracted myself. Okay, so this week we are talking about 5 tips to relax and add joy to your day no matter how busy it is. I know sometimes, especially with everything going on, kids not in school, kids in school, daycare's being open, daycare's not being open, like people have so much going on. They need simple ways to relax that don't take a lot of time. So I thought this would be a great topic for this week. And for those of you who are new to the Stress Free Eating community, my name is Claire Ketchum, and I am a mom and a consistency health coach. And I'm on a mission to teach women who are ready to take back control of their food choices how to consistently stick to their healthy eating goals and finally lose the weight for good. So if you are here with me live and you know anybody who is also on this journey and would benefit from being a part of this community, can you please go ahead and invite them to join us? We would love to have them come. And if you're here, also go ahead and say hi and let me know that you're watching. I know that Facebook takes a little bit of time. I don't see anybody popping on yet, but hopefully you guys will refresh and pop on. So again, we are going to be talking about 5 ways to relax and add joy to your day, even if your schedule is totally packed. So if you are here watching the replay, go ahead and write #replay so that I know that you came and I can reach out and connect with you if we don't have a chance to connect here today live. Okay, so why does this matter? So we are so busy, sometimes we do not have time to ourselves. Now it depends on what stage of your life you're in and how much you work outside the home, don't work outside the home, what's going on, right? So it can begin to feel like you might not actually associate with the word stress. You might not feel like your life is very stressful, but you might use words like, I feel overwhelmed, I feel anxious, I feel nervous all the time, I feel just done at the end of the day. So we might not call it stress, we might call it something like that, but it doesn't really matter what you call it. If you are in that stress state, you are not in a relaxed state, because you would only be in a relaxed state or a stress state. You can't be in both at once. So once you're in that stress state, if your default habit is to eat food to soothe yourself or to quit healthy habits like maybe meal planning or exercising or meditating or things that you know are good for you, if you quit those, that is your default habit to help you reduce that stress, because in that moment it feels more stressful to cook the healthy meal or to maybe meditate than it does to actually just do what you want to do, which is maybe lay on the couch and watch Netflix or eat that sleeve of crackers or whatever it is, right? So once that stress response is activated, we'll do whatever we normally do to reduce that stress. So how do we break out of this pattern, and why does it happen? So I remember getting to this point when when kids were little and they were probably in elementary school, so they were in school, so my life wasn't quite as hectic as when they were really little and weren't at school all day. But I have like so many forms to fill out and there was so much going on, and I just like broke down because I had to fill out like health forms or something like that. And it just got me to the point where I was like, I am just done. I can't handle this anymore. So if I had these sort of tips to do throughout the day, then when I had gotten to those forms, right, I would not have broken down and cried because I had to fill out health forms for my kids, which I would do once a year, right? Like it's not that big of a deal, but it's annoying. It was just something on my to-do list, and it just made me feel so done. So these are tips to help you avoid getting to that point where you maybe cry, and then you're looking for some sort of a comfort, right? Okay, so the first tip starts in the morning as soon as you wake up. So I'm calling this the morning mantra. So the morning mantra that I would love you guys to start thinking about saying in the morning is, I'm excited for this busy day. I am always looking for moments to add to my highlight reel. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again if you want to write it down. I am excited for this busy day. I am looking for moments to add to a highlight reel. So, what this does is it tells your brain that you're excited. Like, even if your day is hectic and crazy and you have no time to yourself, you're setting the intention that you're excited for this. That this is like you're ready for it, you're gonna go for it. And as you go through the day, your focus is going to be on what went right, what was great, what made me happy, what brought me joy. And taking that mindset that you are going to spend time looking for what is going to bring you joy, what is going to make you feel happy, is going to help you stay more relaxed, right? So you're saying to your brain, I have a busy day and I can handle it. I'm okay. And as I go through my busy day, I am going to look for things to celebrate versus things to stress about. So that is the first tip. The second tip is to eat mindful meals. Now, you might not have a lot of time to eat, but you can still eat mindfully. So what I recommend you doing is to do the 5-5-7 breath. And this literally takes no time at all. So you breathe in for the count of 5, you hold your breath for the count of 5, and you exhale for the count of 7, and then you eat. So you're just taking a quick pause, and when you breathe and get more oxygen going to your brain, it automatically relaxes you. And if you can eat in a way that feels nourishing and feels loving, you are going to enjoy your food so much more, and instead of it being a stressful situation. Now, you might be in a situation like maybe you work a 12-hour shift and you don't even get a lunch break, right? So you can still do this. So you don't have to sit there and eat mindfully. But if you took that time to do the 5-5-7 breath 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, every time before you ate, if you're eating 3 times a day, then you're sneaking in a little bit of relaxing breath and calming yourself 2 to 3 times a day. You could do it every time you drink water, but if you just get in the habit of breathing in, holding, and breathing out. It's a really quick, simple way to relax anytime throughout the day. So that's sort of peppering in throughout the day. Okay, the next one is also can be challenging depending on what you're doing, but getting outside in nature. So I always take a break at 12. I go outside, I let my dogs out, I walk around my driveway, or I walk around. I live on a boarding school campus, so if it's possible, I walk around the campus. Right now, there are so much salt on the sidewalks. My dog's paws hurt. So right now, we're just doing the driveway. But we always get outside, and that vitamin D and being outside will just ground you and calm you. There are so many studies about how being outside is so good for your stress levels and to making you feel better. So committing to being outside. And now I live in Connecticut. It is cold outside. So I am not outside a lot, but I do commit to getting outside every single day. So that is the third tip. So the first is the morning mantra. The second is the mindful meals. The third is getting outside. Then the fourth, this one takes a little bit more time. So if you can't do this, don't stress about it. But I really would recommend, especially if you're in the habit of eating late at night or eating after a meal, this would be an especially good one for you to start implementing. So, the end of the day ritual. So, for many of us, we get in the habit of maybe sitting on the couch and eating chips, or like once we get the kids down to bed, then we go downstairs and have dessert by ourselves. Or we just get into these habits that are unhealthy, right? And not that you can't do that, right? You can certainly sit on the couch and eat chips, and you can certainly eat desserts and enjoy dessert after your kids go to bed. But if you're doing that in a way because that's like your only time to yourself, and then you feel guilty about it, then it's not serving you, right? So instead, pick something that you're going to commit to doing that is your end of the day ritual that doesn't involve not sticking to your healthy eating goals. So if you want your end of day ritual to be having a cup of tea and 3 cookies, like that's fine, but just make it intentional. okay? So you could do things like meditating or reading or chatting with a friend or maybe watching a favorite show, as long as that doesn't become another unhealthy habit where you're watching like 10, for instance, not going to bed on time. But what could you do at the end of the day that gives you that, like, I'm looking forward to this, I can't wait for this is going to be such a treat, that doesn't involve abandoning your healthy eating goals, right? So how can you take care of yourself? Now, it doesn't have to be long, right? You could just read for 5 minutes before you go to bed. You could meditate for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be long, but just have it be part of your day, and then you're going to start feeling a lot better. Okay, the last thing is either saying thank you or doing a gratitude journal. Now, I have tried to do a gratitude journal because there are so many studies on how beneficial doing gratitude journals are, but I'm just not really a journaler. I don't really like it. So, what I do, which works for me, is when I close my eyes, I sit there and think about all the things that happened during the day that I am thankful for. So it's just, again, it's sort of ending my day, focusing on what went right, what was good. It helps you sleep better, right? Because you're focusing on everything that was positive and pleasurable throughout the day. So all of these 5 things together are going to just bring you through the day. So when you get into bed at night, you're going to be so much more relaxed. Now, you could have something really, really stressful happen, like maybe your car broke down and you got stranded on the side of the road, right? Like this might not be enough, right? You might need the cookies. But on a day to day, like if you just have everyday stress, and you have a lot going on, these are just really simple, easy ways to bring more joy and stress and relaxation into your day so that you don't abandon your healthy eating goals because of the stress response. Um, and you can just stay on track with what you want to do, which is going to make you feel better and be happier also, right? Okay, so let me know which tip you like the most, which tip you're going to try, if you're going to do all 5, if you're going to do 3 of them. So let me know in the comments which one you like the best. And then if you know anybody else who you think would benefit from this training, please invite them to watch. Okay, guys, I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next week, and I'll see you in the community group. Bye.